giant people coming through.
No time for debates.
Let's have some fun.
Oh my god, hold it. State your name, or my archers will shoot you where you stand. What kind of idiot doesn't recognize her own commander? Hey, take it easy. I was just kidding with you. I saw you climbing out and I was wondering what kind of welcome to give you. Do you know how glad I was when I realized it was you? I don't get the feeling you're happy to see me somehow, but anyway, I knew you'd come. I got some winnings to collect. Why are you here? I'm on scout patrol. Slaying any demons that reach this far is kind of routine these days, but this ain't the place for that conversation. We gotta move in fast. You want to bet? Do I get a share of the winnings? I'll donate your share to the treasury if we survive. The stuff that's going on here right now, Commander, just is a long story. What happened here while I was gone? Everything went to shit, to put it mildly. Let's go back to our base and I'll fill you in there. Base? All of Dresden is our base. Not anymore. These days, we make do with what we got. And what we got is sawed off. Fine, let's go somewhere else. Let's go. I gotta warn you, the news ain't good. Alright, what this stupid bitch queen did to my fucking town. There you have it, Commander. Our temporary camp is embarrassing to show you how things have turned out, but we gotta do something about it. You got nothing to be embarrassed about. You survive and you're still fighting. Thanks, pal. You always know how to cheer a girl up. What is this? I left you all with a fortress. How did it, and you just handed it over? Right, Commander. We're bloody fools. We shouldn't have given up and left like everyone else, but instead we decided to hold up here and try to do something. I don't know what I was expecting from you, but it wasn't definitely that. Anyways, you don't know anything that's been going on, so I'll get you caught up. Things were quiet at first, you know, as quiet as they were when you were here. I mean, the queen took hold of the reins, but she wasn't gonna go against your wishes, so she kind of left everything where it was. She just told everybody to hold on, and you'll be back soon. Things carry on like that for 6 months. Right, 6 months passed. What happened next? So listen, 6 months, that ain't nothing, you know? After a while, we realized that you, well, maybe you wouldn't be coming back. The queen was real cut up about it. She was always praying to Amadei, asking for counsel. One time, I overheard blaming herself for sending you to the abyss. But you know, our Galfrey, she laid plenty of friends to rest in her life. If she called off the crusade after every death, we'd be lost to the demons a long time ago, right? That sounds like my dear cousin. If we encounter her while she's still among the living, may I be the first to greet her, arms outstretched and asking if she missed me. So Galfrey threw herself together and made a decision to push forward before the demons recover from the last defeat, to go on the attack before they thought of doing the same to us. You were declared dead, see? We did things properly though, threw you a big funeral feast and everything. Everybody was bawling their eyes out, even Beth shed a tear. The queen sent all the civilians in Neurosian, took the Sword of Valor, and ordered all the troops to follow her. Only some folk kinda turned down that particular honor. You're a wonder, our wonder. You've been sent to us by the god, no doubt about it. Maybe we're crazy, but we believe in you. I even started packing my stuff to go, but then I realized I couldn't. I couldn't do it. I felt torn between my duty to the crusade and my duty to my family. I just kept thinking, you're our commander. We've been through so much together. So I told Beth all this, and she said to me, stay. I know what you're feeling. I know your love is with me, but if the commander comes back and find no one here, he'll lose faith in us. I miss her, of course, like crazy, but I'm grateful as well. She's bound by her oath to the queen, seeing as how you're not commander anymore. But she gave me the freedom to do what my heart told me. To tell you the truth, I thought I'd be sticking around here on my own, but before I knew it, there was a whole gang of us, ragtag crew for sure, but we're all united. We're all fighting for you. So about a week went by, and then the demons, the scum, started sniffling around. It was obvious the queen was long gone, and that when it all started, they came at us with a whole bloody army, those sons of bitches. They were led by Orangofta, a fat hog of a demon. We had to surrender the fortress and retreat to safety. We've been here ever since, scouting out what they're planning next, listening in when we can, picking them off one by one. In other words, we've been living like rats. There ain't many of us, and on top of it, our blessed cleric from Canaveras took off recently, heading who knows where. He said he had a dream about some gal and some fella called Mutasafin. And there was a waterfall. I was gone for 6 months? Yeah. Why are you so surprised? I'm no expert on demon stuff, but if it hasn't been that long for you, there's definitely something fishy going on. A magical trap or something like that. The population of Dresden has been evacuated. Yeah, the queen's got many people out she could. Those who agreed to go, that is. Even the dungeons were empty and the prisoners evacuated. I did hear that somebody might have escaped on the way to Neurosian, but I didn't ask for details. It's not our problem anymore. Of course, they couldn't move the bodies of those poor people whose souls were stolen by that jeweler, Sunhammer or whatever his name was. They've been sheltered in the city. Arsinoe has been looking after them, and Sila's pals from the Houndheart have been guarding them all this time. The demons have attacked a few times and given the night the thrashing. Only Elan was left standing, but none of the victims came to any harm. By Desna, I hope their souls are found and all this won't be for nothing. Where are the mongrels? Why didn't they help? Deserted they did. I didn't see that coming, I'll admit. They were good people, strong. There were no sign of anything was wrong. But one night, they all got up and left. The guards at the gate tried to stop them. A fat lot good that did. The mongrel split the guard's throats and vanished into the wound. Nobody knows what happened to them, but there have been rumors. Alright, we cover where did the queen now? Well, okay, we covered recent history, but what's happening now? It's all hand on deck. The one-eyed devil is spying in the tavern. Hillor has gone to free captured soldiers from the dungeons. And the storyteller, he had some visions about you and the queen. He took off running, saying he needed to touch her things to find out where she is. If she's in dire straits, we need to go and help her once we deal with things here. And Captain Silkin, remember him? Was given the boot by his superiors. He wasn't getting along with them, so they tossed him out by his ear. And get this, the guy just walked right out of the city gates, pack on his back, heading west like he's on a stroll, the dumb fool. What happened? He didn't see eye to eye with his superiors. The higher up didn't like the way Silkin was assigning more and more soldiers to survey the territory, leaving less and less for military actions. The captain had a dream about discovering a surviving Sarkonian village like Wintersun, and he got carried away. A couple of nights when the Rosians showed up with orders to strip him of his rank, Silkin started yelling about how once again the nobility was neglecting the interests of common folk. He said that he was trying to carry out a rescue mission, because that's what he called it. Wow. The top brass were only interested in glory from winning battles and the gold Galfrey would put in their pockets. He was about to be thrown out his ass, but Silkin beat him to it. He just disappeared. He left Dresden and went who knows where. A captain was sent to replace him, but the queen took him and his soldiers with her and left. Where do you think he went? I can't tell you where, but I definitely can tell you who. He's gone off searching for his beloved Sarkorians. It's a damn shame we lost him too. We could do with another decent officer around here. Bloody amateur archaeologist. He let his ego get in the way. He was out of line. Maybe so, but I still don't like the idea of him being out there somewhere on his own. Do you think he's still alive? It's been good to track him down and bring him back. Where did the queen go? She didn't say anything to those who were staying behind in case the demons got their claws on us, you know? They could force the information out of us. I don't know what the storyteller saw was a dream or a vision, but he just dashed off toward the citadel. Said that he was gonna hold some of Gallifrey's things and find out where she was headed, because the commander could be back soon and would be asking about it. That's the last I heard of him. He's gone half the day. I've heard better news. What are we doing? Now that you're here, there's only one thing to do. We gotta win. But to do that, we need to hit him with everything we've got, one and done. And here's what we'll do. You head to the Citadel and send everyone who's out in the city on assignment back to me. I'll round up everyone still within the city walls. We'll meet up again at the Citadel and sock it to them one final punch. You better hurry. I haven't heard any of the units in the city for a long while. Maybe there's no one left to round up. Well, it's time to do my duty as a commander. Good luck, Commander. Don't die out there, please, and don't worry about your pals from the Fane. I'll get them here in one piece.
I did it! Wherever my legs carry me.
This is what happens.
Struggles never cease.
Forward.
So I just gotta remember the streets of this goddamn city. God, it lags so fucking much. Careful, there are demons about. They kill half our patrol.
You're a good person. I like you.
Okay. Thank you. Everyone got their abilities, right? Yeah, you're doing that. You're just going to attack. Actually, make sure you're smiting people.
This war must end.
You're doing that.
Please allow me.
Huh? Oh, yes, what?
You're doing that.
I welcome your company.
And you're doing that. Very good. Lady, go back home. Okay, up there is the Citadel. I want to go there. Oh my god. Grant plus 2 DC bonus to fire spells?
Yes.
Are you wearing something better? Oh. Never mind. Increase the DC of spells from the witch spell list. Okay. Never mind. That's better.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna need turn base anytime soon.
Did you see that?
I won't let you hurt my friends. I sense something.
I did it!
Okay.
We are the light. They are the darkness. Wherever my legs carry me.
You think you're being stealthy? Ridiculous. It's been a while. What happened? Time to get out of here.
Forwards. No, backwards. Backwards.
Yeah, I know there's a giant black box too. I think that's texture errors. It's fine. Whatever. I don't care. that was actually timed.
What's in wait for me there?
I will defend my dream.
This way.
Okay, whatever. Guess it was too late or something.
Wherever my legs carry me. They will break against our resolve. On it. I did it!
Greater Quicken Meta Magic. 9th level spells or lower can be Quicken cast. Excuse what? That is amazing.
Let's shake a leg!
Holy shit. Save. Good God. Load. Oh my God. Want a greater in this.
Shall we move? We shall move!
Oh,
skip the pleasantries.
You are my favorite aide.
Please allow me.
Yes?
Struggles never cease.
Quick, quick! Else we miss all the fun! This way. They were great against our resolve. Let's shake a leg. Wherever my legs carry me. Forwards! No backwards, backwards!
Thank God. Look at that. The frame rate's back, guys.
Trail me! Did you see that? What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
Don't you love it when you have frame rate?
I will prove my worth.
And she needs a Sixth Sense spell. There you go. Oh, storyteller. Hi. Long months have passed, Commander, but even while you were away on the other plane, I could hear your brave heart beating. That sound never stopped for a second. How have things been? We spent time serving the Queen to the best of our abilities, but a week ago, after she announced her decision to proceed with the crusade, many of us came to the conclusion that we could not go with her. Many, because we did not believe that you were truly dead. We humbly declined the honor offered to us and remain here to wait for your return. It was an easier decision for me than others. I had encountered you in the abyss, and I knew that you were alive, but not everyone believed me. And then, yesterday, I had a vision. I was leafing through the pages that you had collected for me, and suddenly I saw the future. Not the future clamoring to be told by the pages in my hand, but your future, the future of the person who first brought that page to me. In my vision, you returned from the abyss, marked by new powers that wound around you like a snake. Your voice made the earth tremble. People and demons dropped to their knees, and Adamade herself extended you a helping hand. But the only thing you were concerned with was the whereabouts of the banner the Queen Galvin had taken her. I know what I saw is difficult to believe, but I am in the habit of trusting my visions. So I hurried to the citadel and laid hands on some of the Queen's Galvin possessions and tried to discern where she went. Well, where did she go? It wasn't easy. I see Queen's future and her past as if looking through a shattered glass. Multiple visions come at me one after another, distorting the picture. The Queen is in mortal danger at the crossroads of her fate, and every step may prove fatal. But I did not give up, and fortune smiled upon me. I touched her goblet and learned where she was leading her army. Her Majesty decided to march for Iz, a bold move, one worthy of a queen who is not accustomed to hiding. My. That was indeed a bold move for my dear cousin, no doubt about it, as told by it. As bold as stepping into a volcano. It is an utterly anti-scientific method of acquiring information, and that's what makes it so interesting. I have to conduct a series of experimenting involving you to establish how you react to various objects. To define okay, blah blah blah. You have already said that in exact words. Even you conducted your experiments. You handed me some shard to hold. Once you brought a club, and another time you gave me a live hedgehog. Is sound familiar? Can you remind me of the details? It's a big city. Okay, we must leave this place. Queen Calvary, fate is yours, is tightly intertwined. Okay. Great, we're back to Lag City. It was useless. We're done for. Don't fall back. Hold the line. Only I have the power of life and death over these soldiers. How dare you try to steal what is mine? Oh, damn. Requires Lich Mythic Path. I am a Lord of Death. You summon the fallen and rally them to a new fight. You promise that their cold, decayed hands will have another chance to squeeze the life out of their hateful foes, that their ghostly hearts will once again be filled with battle rage. You don't care who answers your call, your brave crusaders or a frenzied cultist. Death is a great equalizer. It has erased their faces and given you power over their souls. Oh, skip the fight. Great. Why were they attacking my crusaders? I have no fucking idea. The fuck? Who the hell is that? An incredible silence suddenly descends over the city. It is broken by the solemn sound of fanfare that seems to come from far away, everywhere and nowhere all at once. All eyes are turned to the huge stained-glass window of the city main cathedral. It begins to glow with a soft light, and in the next breath, a lone figure steps out of the glass onto the cobblestone of Dresden.
Knight Commander, at last we meet.
6 attack, evil, die. Gods don't often descend to our world. Actually, yeah.
They rarely have good reason to. I suppose you're asking yourself why I am here. Gods must not interfere directly in the affairs of mortals. But what is happening here, in the World Wound, is no longer the concern of mortals alone. And this is proof. This fortress has witnessed so many horrors and miracles. It makes me wonder how it still stands. You gain more and more frightening abilities. Death is your loyal servant, and darkness your constant companion. The demons are defeated. But what I see is not a victory, but the aftermath of an atrocious crime. Dresden has become a city of the dead, and the heroes who swore an oath to me have fallen, and their remains have been desecrated. But I did not come here to reproach you, or to bewail the fate of the unfortunate defenders of Dresden. I wish to stop the forces of evil and defend Golarion, both from Daskari's violent rage and from Nocticula's insidiousness. But that is not my only goal. I have come here to restore justice, for justice is the birthright of all. That's why I hail you as a hero who has triumphed over the demons many times. At the same time, I grieve for you, as for a soul that has succumbed to the influence of the Abyss and been poisoned by its evil.
I've achieved more in my crusade than all other crusaders achieved in 100 years. So you think you're going to criticize me for using my powers? Think again.
I am not here to offer reproach. I am here to warn you. In that moment, when my poor herald was being torn apart by monsters, he found the strength to send me a message about what he had learned in the Abyss. You were in Elutionera, where you spoke with the Lady in Shadow and the Architect of the World Wound. They confessed what they had done to you, but they did not reveal the whole truth. Both you and this unfortunate world will have to pay dearly for the power that they so generously bestowed upon you. But all is not yet lost. That is why I have come.
Oh shit.
Who here has been taking my name in vain? Ah, it's you, the Inheritor. What's this? Our worst fears have come to pass. The gods are flocking to Golarion. This merry little tinderbox could ignite at any moment, reducing the material plane to dust.
I did not come here to fight.
Oh, really? I didn't realize you were good for anything else. Forgive me, that was unfair of me. Judging by your successes over the last 100 years, fighting is not your forte. After all, the wound is still there, as far as I know. So why are you here? If you have come to meddle in my affairs, don't expect me simply to stand aside.
Oh, this party is really getting started now. Who'll be next to arrive? Kaden, Kayleen, perhaps?
The two of us will be more than enough. Listen to what I have to tell you. If she wishes to be present for this conversation, so much the better. Do you hear me, Nocticula? You and your servant are under no obligation to leave. I have come here to shed the light of truth. Let us see if you both can withstand its merciless radiance. I cannot change the flow of mortal history by force. After all, the World Wound is their doing, although committed at the behest of the Abyss. But sometimes force is unnecessary, and truthful words are all it takes.
The goddess who was mortal not so long ago is eager to judge us for our sins now. My sin, to be precise. What lies behind your eagerness, proud Iomade? Righteous wrath? Or perhaps fear? Watch out. A simple mortal woman has learned how to grant powers to others. Powers which are beyond the wildest dreams of many Imperial lords. This must be stopped, forbidden, taken away immediately. After all, what need will we have for all these arrogant gods once we become their equals?
Silence. It's impolite to interrupt your elders. But you know, Inheritor, she does have a point. What are you going to do now? Break my weapon, which has made so many victories possible, and only because he received that weapon from my profane hands, and the entire affair must therefore be profane also? What real reasons do you have? Save those born of your envy, your capriciousness, and your suspicions?
My reasons are quite real, as you well know. That is why you appeared here in such haste, is it not? You have woven a delicate lace of half-truths nocticula. From you and your servant, the Knight Commander has learned that he is bound to the World Wound, that he is slowly dying because of its influence, and that he is yet capable of closing it. But you withheld a crucial piece of information. You never told him that closing the wound won't save him from death. For this lock will destroy the key to which it is bound. The one who closes the world wound will die along with it.
That is true. I tried to tell you back in Illusionera, but I was not allowed to. It is an unavoidable consequence of this process. To stitch two planes together as I have stitched Galarian and the Abyss, the soul of a mortal must be woven with the essence of the Abyss. To undo this seam, the original soul, the key, must be ripped apart. No one could survive such a process.
In other words, I'll die if I don't close the wound, and I'll die if I do close it?
It is true. Now do you see the perils of accepting a demonic gift? No matter how much power the Abyss gives you, that power will always be tainted by lies and misfortune. This is the justice I promised you. The right to know the whole truth, and not to be a plaything in the hands of abyssal spawn.
Nocticula, were you trying to hide this from me?
Trying, you say? I successfully hid the truth from you for as long as I deemed necessary. Are you expecting me to explain myself? My goal is to close the world wound, not to grant you a happily ever after.
What if I don't take this power?
You will live.
You will lose everything that makes life worth living.
You will spoil a brilliant endeavor and destroy the lives of thousands of mortals who will be devoured by the legions of demons coming from the Abyss. Aside from that, you won't do anything extraordinary at all.
What if I'm willing to sacrifice my life?
Oh, how noble! For a brief moment, I even felt some regret that we demons are incapable of such lovely things. You see now, Inheritor? My little protege has more nobility in him than you expected. Shame on you.
This nobility is exactly why I came here. To help the Knight Commander learn the truth, and to show him that he has been used. Besides, I do not believe that you have been acting for selfless reasons, Lady in Shadow. Honesty and nobility have never counted among your virtues. You own the main source of Nahindrian crystals, and your servant Arilu has learned how to break the laws of the universe with their help. Can it be that the ruler of darkness and mistress of assassins has not conceived a way to use this formidable gift for her own benefit?
Accusations, suspicions, all completely hollow, just like your bright-eyed pretty little head. It's a pity you inherited Eridan's sword, but not his sharp mind. I have but one goal now. To stop the armies of that lecherous billygoat and that gluttonous bug from strutting around my domain as if it were their own. I don't give a fig whether it will help mortals or hurt them. If the enemy of your enemy makes you a mutually beneficial proposition, you would have to be a complete idiot to say no.
Goddess, can you help me cleanse my soul of this influence?
Arilu has planted a piece of the Abyss itself in your soul. The only thing that can cleanse the soul of such a taint is that same soul. But I will be near. I will show you how to root out the demonic corruption. I am not a demon, and I do not offer any simple solutions. You will have to go your own way, no matter where it leads.
Well, now I'm finally starting to understand the rules of this game.
Yes. The power that Nahindrian crystals grant you will bring about nothing but your own demise. The branches of the Tree of Sin are vast and verdant, but its only fruit is death. You will not be able to save yourself unless you reject everything that has been foisted upon you. Now you know everything.
No, we're not quite finished with the revelations yet. Few secrets remain to be revealed, but they will be worth the wait. Does this look familiar? Do you remember the similar wound above your own heart? I have given you enough hints. Come on, ask me the question I have been waiting for.
I received my wound because you, Aurilu, implanted the essence of the abyss in my soul when you expanded the world wound. My question is, why do you have a similar wound? Could it be because you use your own soul as a key when you first opened the world wound?
That's right. And this means that the world wound actually has 2 keys.
Good question. Just imagine. I have wasted so much time chasing the key to the world wound, and the key was right under my nose this whole time. Aurilu, my love, come over here. Wait, I said wait! That little bitch. I knew she would betray me sooner or later, but I never expected such an idiotic stunt. But everything seems to be falling into place quite nicely. You see, you don't have to die after all. Aurilu opened the world wound, and Aurilu will be the one who closes it, whether she likes it or not. Although, someone will need to catch her first, and this will require certain powers.
Yes, Aurilu Vorlesh will pay for her crimes with her life. Her flight confirms that our suppositions were correct. But now we know that the world wound can be sealed with her blood. You have no reasons to remain indebted to the Abyss and indulge the Queen of the Succubi. Reject her gift, and secure your victory while being the person you were before Aurilu Vorlesh corrupted you. Win as a mortal, and become a legend among mortals.
She's talking rubbish. True, we gave you the power, but it was you who chose how to wield it. It belongs to you, and it will remain yours, so you can do whatever you want with it. But first, you must use it to close the world wound. You aren't going to catch this world's most powerful witch, and a half-demon one at that, with your bare hands, are you?
I need some questions.
Ask, and you shall have your answers.
You gain your power from the Starstone. How is this any different?
My ascension was not accomplished in one day, and even the test of the Starstone was only one of its stages. I did not merely gain power, I embraced a sacred duty. Your power, on the other hand, stems not from long hours of study, not from trials. It is not the natural talent you were born with and carefully honed throughout your life. It is the result of an evil soul's deranged experiment with the blood of dead abyssal lords.
Why did you imprison the angels in the Wardstone?
Every one of my angels volunteered for that mission. They all knew what kind of watch they were going to keep. They knew that it would be a hard and exhausting battle, but that the lives of mortals throughout Golarion would depend on it. Alas, angels' minds can be as fragile as the minds of mortals. In less than 100 years, many wavered, and wished to break the oath they had sworn. I do not blame them. I blame myself for allowing them to take on a burden that was too heavy for them.
Did you send the Herald to follow me, or did he do it out of his own free will?
He acted on his own noble impulse, and I did not stop him. I also did not try to dispel his misconception about you being my chosen one. I do not lie, but both celestial beings and mortals can be mistaken.
She doesn't lie, sure. She merely withholds some of the truth. For the noblest of reasons, of course.
You know what happened to your herald?
My herald, my loyal companion, was captured, and now demons are using him to attack Dresden. They're holding him in the Ivory Labyrinth, Baphomet's realm of the Abyss. It is a place I cannot go, not even to save my faithful friend. For doing so would start an interplanar war. Right now, as we speak, Baphomet's servants are torturing the hand of the Inheritor. Tormented and anguished, he reaches for you with his thoughts and his soul. I cannot tell if he sees you as a great unfulfilled hope, or a last chance. But Baphomet knows well how to exploit such desperate yearning. He has turned my herald into a source of power to open temporary portals. They do not last long, but they lead from the dungeon where the hand of the Inheritor suffers, right to your doorstep. Baphomet does not need to lead his armies through the rifts. Now he can send them right here. As long as my poor herald remains in the hands of that monster, this will not stop. I cannot say if it is still possible to save him, or if putting him out of his misery is the only way. I cannot openly ask you to intervene. But if you decide to do so, you will be helping both yourself and the one who chose the martyr's path when he followed you into the abyss.
Ever since I acquired these powers, everyone has believed me to be Amade's chosen. Why didn't you do anything to dispel this misunderstanding?
At first, I did not know who you were, or where your powers originated. This was revealed to me only when my herald offered up his dying prayer from the depths of the abyss. And following his desperate plea, I sought to confirm my suspicions. Until that point, I had observed you without intervening. After all, your crusade was securing victories, the first Golarion had seen in many years, so even if it was not I who had sent you into battle, it felt unfair to undermine you.
In other words, our Imperial guest had no problem with your power, as long as she didn't know where it came from. She didn't even share her suspicions with her own herald. And after all that, someone dares to claim that demons are the most deceitful creatures?
You should not blame someone else if you base your accusations on vague suspicions rather than solid proof. You call my behavior deceitful. You, of all creatures, who kept the commander ignorant of the fate you had chosen for him? Indeed, the insolence of demons knows no bounds.
A demon lord stands before you. Why don't you destroy her right here and now?
I could. But then every other demon lord would decide that he or she was next and stand against me. In response to that, the Imperial lords would take up arms. Then Hell, Heaven, and Elysium would join the conflict. A war would break out, one which mortals could not hope to survive.
Why did you decide to descend upon the world of mortal at this particular moment?
As I have already said, I am here to open your eyes to Nocticula's lies and to prevent more calamities in the future. You are at a crossroads now. I will not force you to do anything, but you needed to learn the truth and have the chance to cleanse yourself.
Why did Ardalil do everything possible to lead us to the idea she has the key to?
The impulses that drive a soul as black as hers are beyond my comprehension. Perhaps she was startled by my arrival and decided not to bother keeping a secret that was bound to be revealed. Or perhaps she is up to some cunning scheme. Be on your guard. The architect of the world wound will surely try to bring you down. For if she truly is a key, then it must mean that she will die sooner or later due to the influence of her own horrible creation. And that means that sacrificing you is her only chance of survival.
Explain to me again, how can I help you? How can you help me cleanse the influence?
Aurilu has planted a piece of the abyss itself in your soul. The only thing that can cleanse the soul of such a taint is that same soul. But I will be near. I will show you how to root out the demonic corruption. I am not a demon, and I do not offer any simple solutions. You will have to go your own way, no matter where it leads.
No more questions.
It is time to make your decision then.
I have some questions for Nocticula though.
If you have questions, ask away.
Why do you try to hide the fact that the world wound would kill me?
Because if I'd told you the truth, you would have refused to do it. But you're not angry with me, are you? After all, everything has worked out perfectly fine. We found another key. So now you can live and enjoy your life. Provided that you catch Aurilu, of course.
Now that we've decided to use Aurilu to close the world wound, do you still want me to keep the powers I acquired from her?
Of course I do. Firstly, you'll need those powers to catch Aurilu and bring her to Threshold. Surely you don't think she'll willingly fall into your hands, and the demonic hordes will politely make way for you. And secondly, the powers Aurilu gave you protect you from dying before your time. None of us want the wound to kill you prematurely. You are extremely useful to me alive. After all, if you let Aurilu slip through your fingers, we can always go back to the original plan for closing the wound.
Aurilu deliberately led us to the idea that she was the key. Why?
Apparently, she understood that her secret was about to be revealed anyway, so she decided to leave in style. What human female over 100 years old wouldn't feel flattered at being the center of attention? Although she could have other reasons. She obviously wanted us to understand everything and immediately rush off in pursuit of her. She's probably been preparing for a war of all against all for a long time. And now she wants to wage it on her own terms. Expect treachery and traps wherever you go.
Where could she go?
No, let's think. She's hidden in the abyss before. She won't dare to return there now. Not only to my realm, but to any other either. Even if Baphomet and Discari both take it upon themselves to guard Aurilu personally, that won't stop me from sneaking in, slitting her throat, and leaving undetected. And she knows that. If I were her, I would hide in a place where the powers of her enemies were uncertain, and her own power was close to unlimited. I say you should look for her here, in the World Wound.
Aren't you afraid to stand in the presence of the goddess?
Tut tut, how rude! I wouldn't say the girl is that hideous. I admit her face is far from perfect. Her body too, to be honest. But all in all, not bad. I've seen worse.
Your theatrics are too transparent to offend me, demon. At least, they can hardly offend me more than the very fact of your existence.
You really plan to use me to become a goddess yourself?
That is nothing but the wild speculation of a little girl who gained celestial power through no merit of her own and now fears that others may do the same, forcing her to share her place in the spotlight. Do I want to become a goddess? Of course I do. Who wouldn't? Can you help me with that? Sadly, no. Of course, Aurilu used to blather on about how her brilliant invention could bake gods like pies. But between you and me, the cleverer the inventor, the larger their ego becomes. So far, she hasn't managed to create anything stronger than you. And, no offense, but you're no match for any deity.
Okay. No more questions.
Very well. It's time for you to make your decision then.
What do you guys think about this?
After I rejected my demonic past, I lost some of my previous abilities. It was difficult, but I coped with it. You are stronger than me, so there's no way that you won't get through this. Cast off the power of the abyss and follow your own path.
I enjoy feeling mythic power within me. But my life was perfectly fine before it. So it is up to you to decide.
Your power doesn't lie in magic tricks. You know it doesn't. Your real power is inside you. You can win without tricks. I will help you.
I'm a member of the Order of the God Claw, and I cannot disregard the opinions stated by one of the 5 deities whose virtues we extol. However, I also cannot support it unconditionally. Your power is a useful tool. Its nature is solid, and it tends to yield effective results. To reject such a tool for the sake of an abstract ideal would be highly unwise. Retain this power and use it to bring the criminal Aurilu Vorlesh to justice, and to rid this world of its greatest scourge. Such an outcome would represent a grand triumph of order over chaos.
You're halfway to becoming worse than Baphomet and Discari combined. Reject this demonic crap, no matter how much power it gives you. Iomade herself has offered you her help and a chance to redeem yourself. Don't squander it, because you'll never have another chance like this. That's it. No way back.
After all you've done, I am not even sure that you still have a chance for redemption. But if even a grain of humanity still remains in you, please do as the goddess says.
My brother is wise. Listen to his advice.
Someone pinch me. We are standing in the presence of the most pompous goddess in the world, debating whether we should listen to her or send her packing along with her invaluable opinions. I shall remember this moment for the rest of my life. Even as I stand in Pharasma's court, I shall tell this story to anyone who will listen. As for your original question, I have no idea what you should decide. Do as your heart tells you, or just flip a coin.
I'd better keep my mouth shut. No offense, but if I say something wrong and they hear me, I'm toast. Nothing good'll happen in my life ever again. Playing games with these crazy old... with ladies like these might be dangerous. So you better figure out what to do by yourself, all right, Chief? You're smart. You'll make the right choice.
Experience tells me that it's wiser to trust yourself and your own abilities. You can't trust what clients tell you. One day you're a hero, the next you're working for the enemy. Sorry, but it all looks like a setup to me. First they tell you to lay down your weapons, and then, once you're unarmed, they finish you off in some back alley.
You know what I am about to say, Master. This power is ours, no matter where it came from and how we gained it. Only a complete idiot would reject such might. And if you consider the number of enemies you've made, then it would make you an idiot with a death wish.
Your powers are interesting from a theoretical point of view. You are an experiment started by Aurilu Vorlesh, and terminating it before it is complete would be foolish, not to mention impolite.
I've made my decision.
I am waiting for your answer. I hope you will choose wisely.
Quite right. Make your choice, and make it the right one.
Wait, I can continue Lich? Or become a legend? Yeah, I'm missing Gold Dragon, and I'm missing the Swarm. I mean,